Hello, welcome to Ed Media. In this video, we will be ranking the new teams in Phase 2 of TPOT. There's only 4 teams, so this should not take too long. They're alright. Not as good as the old teams if I'm being honest. But anyways, let's get started. This team had a great start. The new members seemed promising and a welcome addition. Their story was fantastic in TPOT 12 and 13 and I awaited what this team had in store. We had Pin as the leader, but that only lasted one episode. After that she was just another team member. Fanny and Black Hole had a huge voice in the team. Tree was kind of the leader in some episodes where he would guide the team. And the rest were just there. But then the team fell off in their losing streak when it was just apparent this was a Death Pact Again ripoff. No new twist, new characters weren't given a chance, and the act was over when it was apparent they weren't gonna do anything new with the team and it was just Death Pact Again in a trench coat. You would at least expect the team to have the same great dynamic they had, but it's like they lost all their sauce. Easily the worst team in the new phase. The biggest flaw was keeping the original Death Pact Again members. Why did Fanny and Marker still have to be here? Maybe Fanny and Black Hole could have stayed, or Tree and Black Hole. With the team swap story point, it could have been justified to have new Death Pact members instead of the same ones left from the previous along with new ones. This team didn't try anything new aside from the new members, but they were barely given a chance. This team is awful. This team is just 2 duos with 2 other contestants who have gotten along with one of the members of the duos. This team seemed very promising. It was teasing a Book and Ice Cube storyline by putting them in the same team. But that was just clickbait because they didn't do shit with that. It just became a worse version of the strongest team on Earth. Some may wonder why I made this comparison because aside from 2 members, this team isn't close to the strongest team on Earth at all. Well, I would have never made this comparison if the team didn't constantly shove it into our throat that this is supposed to be the new strongest team on Earth.
One little fish monster is no match for the strongest team!
When it isn't really that at all. The strongest team on Earth had a really great team dynamic and this one doesn't at all. I would expect Book and Snowball to have a great dynamic since they're polar opposites, but nothing is done with that. Ice Cube is mostly used as bullying. Eraser felt like the odd one out. This didn't feel like a new strongest team on Earth. It just felt like Gracia and Snowball with Book and Aggie. They left Eraser and Ice Cube with the scraps because they didn't bother to do much with them. This team is bad. This team is alright, I guess. I kinda like how this team took advantage of one scrambling the contestants. Instead of making the team with contestants and their friends, they paired a bunch of contestants who don't normally interact together so we can get new dynamics. And we had some pretty great dynamics in the run. The pen and needle rivalry. Basketball and tennis ball. The friend group of Pen, Lie, and Bottle. And even tennis ball's leader status after TPOT 12. Yeah, this team got me talking good about tennis ball, which is rare, which I guess shows that this team is good for something. This team has a kinda good team structure. Only problem is that this team kinda has nothing going for it. With new dynamics, why not have some contestants have beef with each other for drama? We kinda had that with Pen and Needle, but they befriended each other shortly afterwards. I know I was just praising the new dynamics, but most of them resort to drama-free stuff. Where's the drama? This is a competition show. Despite the lack of conflict, this team is still good. This is by far the best team. It took me a while to realize that. I'll be honest, in their first episode, they were my least favorite team. The concept of a bunch of silly characters being paired with golf ball as a way to humble her, while seemed promising, wasn't exactly done right. It was frustrating to see them lose when they could have easily won if they had just listened to golf ball. It felt like one big unfunny joke. Felt like a repeat with the many other golf ball storylines, which coincidentally, shows her struggling to maintain her power over the team. I thought for sure they would lose many times. But, I stand corrected. Ever since the addiction of pencil, it's been clear the team was chosen precisely. Golf ball and donut having a rivalry at first, but both reaching common ground and now having to deal with pencil. The other characters are great too. We have Winner, who's a bit silly but can be reasonable. Pillow, the wild card, and Yellow Face and Barf Bag are kinda just there. This team is great, has a great dynamic, and has a great storyline going on right now. Clearly the best team. This team is the only one that offers drama, the only one that actually makes great use of its new dynamics. I literally love every single member on this team except for Barf Bag, but you know what, maybe she'll improve with her new storyline with the kidnapped contestants. Which I made a video about them that you guys should definitely watch, trust. But anyways, best team by far. Well, that's all the teams. While yes, these are my least favorite teams this season except Cloudier, there's still time for them to improve, and I'm sure they will. Anyways, that's all. Please like, subscribe and comment. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.